And I think NFT NYC was also the place to present new projects coming to the Metaverse, and in particular, the one concerning the arrival of Time magazine in the Sandbox. And we had the chance to meet with its president, Keith Grossman, to talk about the project. Let's check it out.
We're going to turn it over to the community to help us design what the Sandbox experience will be. And what we know is this. The space will be called Times Square. Not Times Square, Times Square. I hope it puts a smile on your face. It puts a smile on my face every time I say it. What we know is that we want to make sure that we bring our values into the ecosystem that Sandbox has developed. And those values are, inclusivity and optimism, constructive feedback as we evolve, a give first mentality. What we know is that we want to make sure that we take all of our assets and we put what our owner, Mark Benioff, would say is all of our wood behind one arrow, right? So how do we take all of the people who own timepieces over here and give them a unique experience in the Sandbox? At the same time, how do we take all of our assets in the Web 2 world, the access to events, the access to content, the access to speakers, the access to writers, and bring them into sort of the Sandbox experience? And finally, how do we bring and elevate sort of the creative community, which has been something that we've been really focused on as we've been in the Web3 space?
Yeah, great interview there and some fantastic insight from President of the Time magazine, Keith Grossman. I guess the question off the back of that comes to you, Remy. Time magazine, we know how big that is, how prestigious it is within the world. Is it a big factor for you in the Metaverse to bring a lot of that real life aspect into the virtual and I guess Web3, or is it something that just brings that little bit of culture alongside it?
It's probably one of the most famous place in the world, I'd say. And having Times Square, recreating the feeling of Times Square in the Metaverse, I think it's key. But also recreating inside the Sandbox is not about copying physical life. We also want to readapt and bring new stuff into it. So imagining being out of physical restriction of life.